I'm in a hotel. But that doesn't mean I can't get some makeup in. The YouTube game is tough, and I have to try my best and get as much content as I can. So when I ever have a moment, Mama's gonna do something. Today's really fun because we are in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, in the desert, or I guess desert-ish. Cacti, there are mountains, you know, it's giving me desert vibes. And I thought, what better way to celebrate my surroundings than to do a video on the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk Palette dupe. So, you guessed it, I pulled from all my eyeshadow singles to create a makeshift Desert Dusk Palette. I have duplicates of some colors because I don't know if you know, Temptalia.com, she is so bomb, so detailed in her descriptions of shades in terms of texture, how they wear, the color, the undertones, the effect. And not only does she break down and grade each shade, okay, she gives you a list of all dupes that are for that shade. And it's a long list. It blows my mind as to how well she can remember all these different shades from all these different brands. She legit gives you 20 different brand suggestions for duping this color. This color, a beige color. Just so we could compare the shades from the Huda collection versus what I pulled from my collection and see why. Okay, the first shade we have is Desert Sand, and Christine, who is Temptalia.com, describes it to be a soft, light, medium yellow with warmer orange undertones and a matte finish. In my collection, I found Colored Raine's Angel Face and Colourpop's Running Late. One is warmer than the other, but I thought I would include them both just so we can see the difference if it makes any. But I really think this is, you know, the color that Huda has in her palette. Here you have Angel Face and here you have Running Late. I prefer Running Late on me just because it takes on a more yellow hue, and Angel Face takes on a more beige, pinkier hue. But I think they both work for what Desert Sand is looking to do. And that's just to be a beige matte shade. Next we have Musk, which is described to be a muted medium taupe brown with subtle undertones, warm undertones, and a mostly matte finish. Okay, I decided to pick up Colourpop's Note to Self and Colored Raine's Gingerbread. They are both matte. They're both, I think, on the more taupey side of the spectrum. Here's Note to Self. And here's Gingerbread. Gingerbread, I think, shows up very light. It serves as a really nice transition shade on my skin tone. But Note to Self definitely gives a little more color, a little more warmth to my crease, which I would use both, but I think based on how Musk is described, Colourpop's Note to Self will be my alternate. Next we have Eden, which is described to be a medium orange with warm undertones and a hint of pink, matte as well. This is Colourpop's Best Coast Scenario, and I thought it takes on a very similar hue to Eden. Let's see. I think this is pretty spot on. Maybe it's more pinky in tone than Eden, which I think is more orange, but I could mix this with like an orange shadow, and I know I have it back at home, a single that if I wanted it to be more orange than pink, I can make that happen. But just the gist of the color overall, which is in that like peachy orange part of the spectrum, I think this does just that. Now we have Amber, which is described to be a medium dark brown with warm red undertones and a mostly matte finish. For that, I picked up two shades. I picked up Crisscross from Colourpop, as well as Native from Colored Raine. Crisscross definitely has a little more red, but Native is not too bad. I think Native makes like for a really lovely transition shade if you want more red than just brown, neutral brown hues. So let's take a look. Crisscross from Colourpop, Native from Colored Raine. Clearly Native is lighter in hue, and I think compared to Crisscross, just more brown than red. Compared to Amber though, I think Amber still has a little more depth to it, a little more brown to the red, which is fine because again, I can mix colors so that the red can show up more of a deeper brown hue rather than just red. And again, if you want to see more options for alternatives with these shades, go on her website because under each shade, she lists all the dupes. It's amazing. Next up, we have Blood Moon, a rich medium dark copper with warm red undertones and a metallic finish. This was kind of difficult because it's very interesting as I was doing this, how when you swatch similar colors next to each other, you do realize the slight differences in effect, in undertone, and trying to describe these shades proved a little challenging, but I like it because that just forces me to practice and becoming better in describing eyeshadow colors. We are swatching Summer Love from Luxie Beauty, and I've been recently using these shadows and I really love them. I used them for my eye look that I did for my foundation stick review comparing NARS and Sephora. I really loved how it turned out. They're good eyeshadows. Whoa, so okay. I'm telling you, man, Luxie Beauty got some nice metallics. I thought this shade was very similar to what Christine was describing Blood Moon to be. It's definitely coppery and it's rich. It has that red. So I think we're in that zone. We're in the Blood Moon zone with Summer Lovin'. For sure. Next up, we have Oud, a muted dark plummy brown with warm undertones and a matte finish. And again, I got two because you never know. It's just nice to see what the options are. I got Cloud 9 from Colourpop and Moments from Colored Raine. Next to one another, Colourpop clearly has more plummy undertones compared to the Colored Raine, which I think is more red, but let's take a look. Cloud 9. Moments. Oh yeah. Interesting, when you see them in the pan, you don't think they'll take a turn for a shade you were not expecting. But clearly Moments is more red, and I think Cloud 9 is spot on with that description of being a deep plummy brown. Christine also mentioned that French Kiss from the Yes Please palette from Colourpop also takes on a very similar shade type to Oud. But I forgot how good Cloud 9 is. Cloud 9, and also I can't think of it from the top of my head, but that dark plummy shade from the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette that's all the way to the right, I think could be a good Oud alternative as well. Next we have Celestial, a dirty medium brown, dirty medium, with warm golden peach undertones and a gold to pink duochromatic sparkle. Also, I forgot to mention the different textures in Huda's palette. 8 mattes, 6 pressed pearls, 3 duochrome toppers, which is probably one of the ones we just described, and the pure glitter one. Celestial was tough because since it's duochromatic and the whole like undertone this and that, I was like, I don't know. But I think I found something that matched well. I keep forgetting because some of these look similar, so I gotta have to like swatch it and make sure I got the right one. This is You Know the Drill from Colourpop. One of those shades that's hard to decipher just from seeing it in the pan until you swatch it. I don't think this is it based on the duochromatic nature of the shadow. I do have this one, which I was reserving for, I think it's called Angelic in Huda's palette. It's called Come and Get It from Colourpop. And this one is definitely duochromatic in nature. See, that one is pinkier in tone and it has that peach one side, pinky the other. Christine mentioned that Natasha Denona Albad, I cannot pronounce these names, I'm terrible, which is in the Sunset palette, and I think that I don't have it with me now, but remembering from using it takes on a similar shade look to Celestial. Not bad though. I mean, it's just one of those things that even though you're trying to match up a color to a palette, in the end, it just needs to look good on you. And I know it's fun to try to find like a close of a match as possible, but in the end, you know, if it looks crazy, don't use it. Nefertiti, a medium gold with warm brown undertones and a sparkling sheen. This one was fun. I think I picked up like 2 colors that I thought looked similar to Nefertiti. Both are from, this is Birch and this is Suns Out, Buns Out. And we're talking gold the minute we see these pans. So let's take a swatch. This is Birch. Oh, that's gold. This is Suns Out, Buns Out. Suns Out, Buns Out, I think is just lighter in tone, more champagne, and Birch is just straight up gold. This is actually from their most recent fall collection launch, and I think one of the shadows that I wore in my foundation stick review video, I really love those shades. I mean, the metallic finish on this is ridiculous. And just based on what Christine described Nefertiti to be, I mean, medium gold with warm brown undertones, that could be like so many things. In the end though, if it looks bomb, and I'm using it instead of Huda's. Ooh, this one is fun. Okay, Twilight. A bright medium lavender with warm pink undertones and a sparkling metallic sheen that shifted from bluish violet to warmer pink. Christine, that's very specific. I think I found 2 alternatives for the shade. Both again from Luxy Beauty. We have Charmed and Cherub. These are definitely duochromatic, as you'll see. Charmed, we'll swatch first. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I'm dying. And next to it, we have Cherub. Oh, up close, I think Charmed has like a little, is that like turquoise? I can't even tell. And then Cherub, I think, has more of like the lavender pink shifts to it. But again, they're both stunning. I mean, look at that duochromatic effect of these shades. You could use them as toppers to enhance like maybe a lavender shade or a pinky shade, and it would just make it pop. But on its own, please. Done. Up next, we have Amethyst. Described to be a medium dark magenta purple with warm pink undertones and a mostly matte finish. 143 from Colourpop. Christine listed this one as a dupe, and she says this was a little bit darker, but I just love the shade. It's very smooth and easy to blend. Take a look. I mean, that's a nice eyeshadow color. This is a nice, pretty, like, ultraviolet magenta matte shade. The other shade similar to this that I like is from Colored Raine's Queen of Hearts palette, but that is a palette, so if you're looking to buy that, which one of you has suggested in my comments under my anti-haul video, that the Queen of Hearts palette I think is an appropriate dupe for the Desert Dusk palette. Maybe it doesn't have like those duochromatic shades, but it still has like the magenta, the gold, the browns, the red. It's like the same kind of gist of things. So I think that's a great alternative. And Colored Raine shadows, I feel, are better than Huda's. Because I tried Huda and I tried Colored Raine both extensively several times, and Colored Raine just came out on top. Not only in application, but just in finish and how well they lasted. The mattes and the shimmers lasted 8 hours or even more actually on my very long days. Like the pop was still there, the saturation was still there. So I was sold, and that's why I got Colored Raine singles, because yeah, that's some good shadow. Next we have Royal, a medium dark plummy brown with warm undertones and a lighter pink pearl. I think I picked this shade. This is Pinky Promise from Colourpop. I thought took on a similar look to Royal. It's hard to see if there's like any pink pearl, but I think it looks pinky in nature, especially when the light hits it like it is now. Because in the pan, you think it might just be magenta type of color, but when you swatch it, it's actually more pinky in tone. And I think a suitable dupe for the Royal shade from Huda's palette. Next, we have Retrograde, a rich coppery brown with green to blue shifting sparkle. There's like a retrograde in every brand lineup. The duochrome, like the brown and the turquoise coppery type of deal. Yeah. Okay. This one is from Raine and it is called Intergalactic. Funny that there's retrograde, there's intergalactic. I'm sensing some galactic themes here. I mean, if not dead on, very close. Duochromatic. It goes from brown to teal. And of course, the color is beyond smooth, pigmented. You could use it as a topper. You could use it by itself. You could use it to enhance a color that's similar to that shade. I mean, yeah, we got retrograde. We got it. Next is Cashmere. A medium taupe with warmer undertones and a metallic sheen. This one was tough. I think I remember I had a hard time finding something that I thought matched up to it well. And it's probably that first shade I swatched that I thought matched up with Celestial but didn't. Do you know the drill from Colourpop? I swatched it earlier, but now I think this was for Cashmere from Huda's palette. Yeah, I think this is the one. Christine says medium taupe with warmer undertones. I don't know if I would say taupe. Maybe I would say more pinky, but I feel it has the same feel as what Cashmere is described to be. And if I wanted, I could kind of like mix it up with a more bronzy shade to kind of give it that more brown look rather than pinky. You know, I can make it happen. We're almost there. I know this is long, friends. You got 18 shadows in here, so you know what I mean? Angelic. A light medium pink with cooler undertones and a warmer golden shimmer on top. I showed this earlier. Angelic, I think, matches up well with Colourpop's Come and Get It. This has like a rose gold type of story. And I think it's duochromatic in nature. And it takes on a similar look to Angelic. Light medium pink, golden shimmer on top. Like I think that's good. I think that's a good match. This one, Cosmo. A medium dark copper with a glittery finish. Basically is glitter in a pan. And all the PR packages, I didn't see all the PR packages, but like Christine Dominique's pan just came out like there was just no more glitter in the pan. Some of them came cracked, and I guess, what is it called? Lit Cosmetics has like a pressed glitter formula that you can go from finger or from brush to lid right away and it will stick. I find when it comes to glitter, just take it old school. If you got a pot of glitter, get your glitter glue, get whatever medium you like to use, and apply with that medium that will make it stick. I understand if it's easier or maybe convenient to just have it in the pan with the rest of your shadows, but I don't think it works. I don't think glitter is meant to be pressed and applied easily. Or it is. Let me know down below if you've had success with glitter pans. Let me know. I'll get some and we'll see how it works. I did not have a pan of glitter, but I did have Firefly. This is clearly not a glitter. It is a metallic eyeshadow, but I thought because it was very red, very like in your face, it took on a similar nature to Cosmo. It's red, it's metallic, it's a really beautiful shade. And yes, it's not a glitter, but if I wanted glitter, I would go to Sugar Pill and slap the glitter on this shade if I wanted it to pop more. But in terms of the color being described, medium dark copper with red undertones, this is it. I will definitely use this all over my lid. You kidding me? Okay, friends, we got through that. Now I know you want to see a demo.
Christine from Temptalia.com describes Turkish Delight as a rich cranberry red with warm copper undertones and a metallic sheen. I decided to use Luxie's Firefly shade again because I thought it was a great match, and you can use your favorite glitter to recreate Cosmo. Christine describes Saffron to be a muted medium dark red with warm undertones and a mostly matte finish. I chose Colourpop Stay Golden, which is a little more pinky in tone but still red and gives me the same feel as Saffron. And lastly, we have Blazing, which Christine describes to be a rich medium dark orange with warm red undertones and a mostly matte finish. For dupe, I chose Colourpop's Cannonball, which is a little more orange, lighter than Blazing, but I think it gives the same feel.
Let's make a look out of our wannabe Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadows. I mean, I just wanted to use all the colors that I would use if I had the Huda palette. And I feel everyone that's used it always gravitates toward the browns and the reds. And I wanted to use like purple and like the chromey. But can we just talk about this shade right here? This is Charmed from Luxie Beauty. I have eyelash extensions, so I would go in with a wing liner, but I didn't want to risk it. I'll even have it with me because I didn't think I would use it or need it over this weekend. But I'm a big fan of Charmed. I think it pairs so well with the 143 shade from Colourpop, and it gives it that nice purpley but like blue. There's a lot of stuff going on my lid right now. And I use the reds and the golds on my lower lash line. So yeah, I think I like it. After doing this demo and going through all my eyeshadows, I definitely will not be getting the Huda palette. I've heard too many things that it was just dry and not a better formula from before, so I'm not even gonna bother. And I have similar shades as we just saw, and it's good to know that I can recreate a look using shades that are similar and that I like. Let me know your thoughts below if you already have the Huda palette, if you have shadows that are similar to the ones in the palette. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I will see you on here again with another demo review, chit chat, or get ready with me. Take care, friends, and I'll see you next time.